Tom lived on a wide ranch where the land felt endless and quiet wrapped itself around every day. The house was old but strong, and it stood alone against the open sky. Each morning Tom woke before the sun and moved through his chores without speaking to anyone. The animals knew his steps, and the land answered his work with steady silence. He had lived this way for many years, and time had shaped him into a man who expected little. The past was something he did not visit often because it carried weight. People in the nearby town remembered him as kind but distant. They waved when they saw him and never asked more. Tom had learned to accept the quiet as part of himself. Evenings were the hardest because the house felt larger then. He cooked simple meals and sat alone at the table listening to the wind outside. The radio stayed off because voices reminded him of what he no longer had. The ranch had once held more life. There had been laughter and plans and dreams that felt close enough to touch. When those days ended, Tom chose work over memory. He believed keeping busy was the safest way to survive. Years passed without change, and Tom did not notice them leaving. He marked time by seasons and harvests instead of dates. The ranch became his whole world, and he told himself that was enough. Loneliness settled quietly like dust, and he stopped fighting it. One afternoon the sky turned pale with heat, and the road stayed empty. Tom was fixing a fence when he heard an unfamiliar engine slow near the gate. He straightened and watched a small dusty car come to a stop. Visitors were rare and never expected. A woman stepped out holding a suitcase and a folded paper. She looked around as if unsure she was in the right place. Her dress was simple, and her face showed tiredness mixed with hope. Tom walked toward her slowly, not wanting to scare her. She spoke first and apologized for the trouble. Her name was Anna, and her voice carried nervous warmth. She explained that she was looking for a ranch listed in a letter she had received. The address matched, but something felt wrong to her. Tom listened carefully while the sun burned low behind him. He told her she had reached his ranch, but he was not expecting anyone. Anna checked the paper again, and her hands trembled slightly. The silence between them felt heavy but not unkind. She admitted the journey had been long and confusing. The driver had left her quickly, and the road signs were unclear. Anna looked embarrassed and unsure of what to do next. Tom felt something stir inside him that he could not name. He invited her inside for water and a place to rest. The house felt different the moment she stepped in. Light moved differently across the walls, and the air seemed warmer. Anna thanked him more than once and sat near the window. They spoke carefully at first, choosing simple words. Anna shared that she had come far looking for a fresh start. She said life had not been kind and she wanted something honest and steady. Tom did not speak about himself yet, but he listened closely. He noticed how calm she became once she felt safe. Her eyes softened and her shoulders relaxed. The ranch noises outside filled the gaps in conversation. Tom felt time slow in a way that felt unfamiliar. As evening approached, Tom offered to cook a meal. Anna hesitated but accepted when he insisted kindly. They ate at the table across from each other. It was the first time in years Tom had shared that space. They talked about the land and the long road that led there. Anna smiled when she spoke about small hopes and simple dreams. Tom found himself answering honestly without planning his words. The past stayed quiet for once. Night came gently and the stars appeared one by one. The last bus to town had already passed. Anna realized she had no way to leave until morning. Tom offered her the guest room without expectation. She thanked him with a look full of relief. The house settled into stillness after the lights dimmed. Tom lay awake listening to the sound of another person breathing nearby. It felt strange and comforting at the same time. He wondered why this moment felt important. Nothing had happened yet, everything felt different. The ranch no longer felt as empty as it once did. A simple mistake had brought a stranger to his door. As the wind moved across the fields, Tom stared at the ceiling. He realized that life had a way of finding people when they least expected it. For the first time in many years he did not feel completely alone. and somewhere in the quiet house, a new chapter waited to begin. Morning light entered the ranch house slowly and touched the wooden floor with soft warmth. Tom woke earlier than usual and sat quietly on the edge of his bed. He listened to the sounds of the house and realized it no longer felt empty. That thought stayed with him as he stepped outside to begin his chores. The animals greeted him as always, but something inside him felt lighter. He worked with calm hands, yet his mind wandered back to the guest room. The idea that someone else was under his roof felt strange but welcome. He finished early and returned to the house, unsure of what to expect. Anna was already awake and standing near the window. She turned when she heard his steps and smiled gently. The smile was simple, but it carried comfort. Tom nodded and offered breakfast without many words. They ate together again, and the silence felt easy this time. Anna spoke about the night and how peaceful the place felt. She said she had not slept so well in years. Tom listened and felt a quiet pride in his home. After breakfast, Anna asked if she could help around the ranch. Tom was surprised but agreed and showed her small tasks. She followed closely and learned quickly. The day moved forward with shared effort and soft conversation. As they worked, Anna talked about her journey. She explained how she had spent years caring for others while forgetting herself. She wanted a life that felt real and steady. Tom understood more than he let show. He shared stories about the land and its seasons. He explained how each field had its own mood. Anna listened with interest and asked thoughtful questions. The ranch seemed to open itself to her presence. By midday the sun grew strong and they rested under shade. Anna asked about the town and the people there. Tom spoke honestly about distance and quiet lives. He did not mention how alone he had been. Anna noticed his pauses and gentle sadness. She did not press him but stayed near. The comfort between them grew without effort. Time passed unnoticed as they talked. Later that afternoon, Anna checked her phone and frowned. She had received a message from the agency. They confirmed the address error and offered a quick correction. Anna stared at the screen longer than expected. Tom noticed her change in mood and waited. She finally told him what the message said. Her voice sounded unsure. She said she needed time to think. They walked together toward the fence line. The fields stretched far under the open sky. Anna said she had not expected to feel calm so quickly. Tom said sometimes places choose people. The words surprised both of them. They stood in silence watching the land breathe. Anna asked Tom if he ever wished his life had been different. Tom took a moment before answering. He said he had stopped wishing a long time ago. He said he believed life gave what it wanted. Anna listened and nodded slowly. She said maybe life was still giving. As evening approached, Anna cooked dinner as a thank you. Tom watched from a distance, unsure how to feel. The smell filled the house and made it feel alive. They sat down together again without thinking. During the meal, Anna laughed softly at a small story. The sound startled Tom in the best way. It reminded him of something he thought he had lost. He smiled without realizing it. Night came once more and the stars returned. Anna stepped outside and looked up quietly. She said the sky felt larger here. Tom stood beside her and agreed. She asked if she could stay one more day to decide. Tom answered yes without hesitation. The answer felt natural. Neither of them spoke further. Inside the house, Anna prepared for sleep. Tom sat alone for a moment reflecting. The house no longer echoed the same way. Something had shifted gently. He realized that connection did not need force. It arrived quietly through shared moments. The ranch had witnessed many seasons. This one felt new. As Tom lay down, he felt calm rather than restless. The future felt uncertain but not frightening. A simple mistake had brought change to his door, and he was no longer afraid of what tomorrow might bring. The next morning arrived with soft light and a gentle breeze moving across the fields. Tom stepped outside and felt the calm settle over him like a familiar friend. Anna joined him soon after, and stood beside the porch looking at the land. Neither of them spoke at first because the quiet felt complete. They began the day with small tasks and steady movements. Anna worked with care and paid attention to every detail. Tom noticed how naturally she moved through the space. It felt as if the ranch accepted her without question. As the hours passed, their conversations grew longer. They spoke about childhood memories and simple hopes. Anna shared stories of places she had lived and people she had helped. Tom listened closely and felt respect grow inside him. He spoke about the early days of the ranch and how it had once been full of plans. He described how life slowly became quieter without asking permission. Anna did not interrupt and allowed him to speak freely. It was the first time in many years he felt truly heard. They walked along the edge of the property where the grass met open land. Anna asked why he had chosen to stay alone for so long. Tom answered honestly and said he had been tired of losing. He said the quiet felt safer than hope. Anna understood more than he expected. She said she had also learned how to protect her heart by keeping distance. She explained that courage did not always look loud or brave. Sometimes it looked like simply staying open. The words stayed with Tom as they returned to the house. He felt something loosening inside him. The walls no longer felt like barriers. They felt like shelter. Later that day they visited the small town together. People noticed Anna walking beside Tom and greeted them with surprise. Tom felt unsure at first, but Anna remained calm. Her presence gave him confidence. They visited the store and spoke with familiar faces. Tom realized how long it had been since he shared ordinary moments. Anna listened to the town's stories with curiosity. She treated every person with kindness. On the way back, Anna asked if the attention bothered him. Tom said it felt strange but not unpleasant. He admitted he had forgotten what connection felt like. Anna smiled and said connection often returns quietly. That evening the agency sent another message. They asked Anna to confirm her decision. She read the message slowly and set the phone down. Tom did not ask what she would choose. Instead he prepared dinner and spoke about the next day plans. Anna watched him and noticed his calm acceptance. She realized he was not trying to hold her back. That honesty mattered more than words. After dinner they sat outside as the sky darkened. Anna spoke about the fear of choosing the wrong path. Tom said every path carried uncertainty. He said the only mistake was ignoring what felt true. The stars appeared and filled the sky. Anna said she felt safe there in a way she had not felt before. Tom said safety was built slowly through trust. They shared the silence again. That night Anna could not sleep easily. She thought about the road she had traveled. She thought about the life she had almost stepped into. And she thought about the ranch and the man who lived there. In the other room Tom lay awake as well. He wondered if he was ready for change. He questioned whether he deserved another chance. The thoughts stayed but did not overwhelm him. Morning came again and with it clarity. Anna joined Tom for breakfast with a steady expression. She said she had made a decision. Her voice did not shake. She told him she had declined the redirect. She said she wanted to stay longer and see where life led. Tom listened without reacting at first. Then he nodded and thanked her for trusting him. They did not define anything that morning. There were no promises or plans. Only shared understanding. That felt enough. The days that followed moved gently. Anna became part of the ranch routine. Tom began to look forward to mornings again. The past loosened its hold. They learned each other through small habits. Through shared meals and quiet walks. Through patience and respect. Nothing felt rushed. The ranch changed in subtle ways. Laughter appeared where silence once lived. Warmth replaced routine. Life felt fuller. Tom realized he was no longer afraid of hope. Anna realized she did not need to search anymore. The mistake that brought her there had opened a door, and neither of them wished to close it. The final days of summer arrived slowly and wrapped the ranch in warm light. Tom noticed how different the mornings felt now. He no longer woke with heaviness in his chest. The day felt like something to enter rather than endure. Anna had become part of the rhythm of the ranch. She knew when the animals needed care and when the land needed rest. Tom trusted her without effort. Trust grew quietly through shared time. They spoke more openly as weeks passed. Tom shared memories he had kept buried for years. He spoke about loss and how silence became his shield. Anna listened without judgment. She shared her own story of feeling unseen. She talked about choosing courage even when fear stayed close. Tom understood that courage did not mean absence of fear. It meant moving forward gently. One evening a letter arrived at the ranch. It was from the agency confirming Anna's final choice. They wished her well and closed the record. Anna folded the letter and placed it away. Tom watched her quietly. He did not ask what the letter meant now. He already knew. Her presence was the answer. The town slowly adjusted to seeing them together. People greeted them with curiosity and warmth. Tom no longer felt the need to hide. Anna helped him feel grounded. They attended a small gathering in town. Tom felt nervous but stayed close to Anna. She offered calm reassurance through simple gestures. The evening passed without discomfort. On the drive back Tom realized something important. He was no longer measuring his life by what was missing. He was noticing what was present. That change felt powerful. At the ranch they continued building something steady. There were no grand promises. Only honest effort and patience. That was enough for both of them. One night as they sat on the porch, Anna spoke softly. She asked Tom what he wanted for the future. The question did not frighten him. He answered honestly. He said he wanted peace and shared days. He wanted laughter without fear of loss. He wanted to wake up knowing someone chose to stay. Anna listened closely. She said she wanted the same things. She said she had found more than she expected. The ranch felt like home to her now. The words settled between them gently. They did not rush toward change. They allowed it to unfold naturally. Days turned into weeks and weeks into seasons. Life felt steady. The ranch showed signs of renewal. Repairs were made and spaces refreshed. The house felt lived in again. Warmth filled every room. Tom noticed how he smiled more easily. Anna noticed how safe she felt. They supported each other through quiet challenges. Connection deepened through consistency. One morning Tom realized he no longer counted years of loneliness. They belonged to the past. The present held meaning now. He felt grateful rather than regretful. Anna found joy in small routines. She enjoyed shared meals and open skies. The ranch gave her what she had searched for. Belonging came through acceptance. Together they learned that love did not need drama. It needed care and respect. It needed patience and honesty. Those things they had. The mistake that brought Anna to the wrong door changed everything. It led two quiet lives together. Neither of them questioned it anymore. Life had chosen its moment well. As the sun set over the wide land, Tom and Anna stood side by side. The future stretched ahead without fear. The ranch.